Welcome back to the Isn't That Rich podcast. I'm your host, Ashley McVicker.
And I'm your host, Jill Franks.
And today we are talking about how to lower your bills with just one phone call. So Jill, did you know that over 60% of people who ask their service provider to lower their rate actually get it lowered?
No, but that's amazing.
Yeah, but most of us never pick up the phone to do it. And Jill, I am someone that has actually done it.
You have, Ashley.
I have lowered my bill. So I'm very excited about this episode today because we talk a lot about saving money and how important that is to your financial profile. And this is an easy way to add a couple extra dollars to your pocket.
And it's something you don't often think about, but we know when you get the bill, you're always kind of griping like, man, that electric bill went up this month, or this and this happened. My cell phone's getting out of control, things like that. But you never think to make the call to actually lower it or negotiate.
We think that things are out of our control, and sometimes they are, but my mom always tells me this: it's just worth a phone call. If you can get $5 off of something, do the phone call.
Well, what's the worst they could tell you? No. So it's worth it.
You need to the earlier you learn that with stuff like this, the better off you will be in life.
Well, I'm excited to learn about this, Ashley, because this is since you've experienced this. I can't wait to hear about.
And so, I want to talk a little bit about why calling to lower your bill on a couple of different things work. And we know some of these things at the bank. So the first one is that customer retention is cheaper than acquisition. So did you know that it costs a company 5 to 7 times more to go out and get a new customer than it does to keep the one they already have?
That's amazing. And that's why your current customers are so important, and you have to make sure that they're satisfied and everything because it's going to cost you so much more to go get new ones.
So a lot of them, they're fine skimming off a few dollars of your bill to keep you with one short 15-minute phone call rather than going out spending so much money on marketing to get those new customers.
Yes, and we know from experience it does cost a lot as in marketing dollars.
Absolutely. So the second one is subscription fatigue is real. So on average, U.S. households pay for 4.5 streaming services, and 40% of customers cancel at least one due to cost. So these companies, I'm thinking about all these streaming services. Think about all the streaming services we have, Jill.
Oh, I know. It's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh, all of them. Music, TV, phone, all of these things. If someone is going to cancel one out of almost 5 of them, you don't want it to be your service, right?
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Well, I think about even the ones you forget that you have. I went through my credit card statement a couple months ago, and I was just doing this because I was like, I need to back off on some of my subscription services. And there were several that I don't even open the app to use anymore that I canceled. Yeah. It's funny. I canceled one of our marketing ones because I did this for our work credit card as well. And Jared's like, so we no longer have this. And this is something I use every day. And I'm like, oh, sorry. That was me just trying to be frugal. But
we'll re-sign up for you, Jared.
Right. But it is true. There's so many subscriptions, 4.5 per family. That's a lot.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was more.
Right. Because we used to only have to worry about your cable bill and your phone bill that was attached to the house.
We're going to get to that, Jill.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Ashley.
And then the third reason why calling to lower your bill works is because of inflation pressures. So bills like internet, insurance, utilities have climbed 15 to 20% since 2020. Obviously, we know about this inflation. And so lots of people are trying to get out of some bills that they are paying too much money for. And let's jump back right up to the top. It costs companies so much more to get a customer than it does keep them. So
100%.
Those are the big 3.
Yeah. And I can feel inflation. I know that's one of the top of everybody's mind right now is how much I think about my insurance that had almost gone up double from what it was the year before. Like just crazy things like that, so people are feeling it.
I feel everywhere. Like this time of year, I don't know if it's like this for you, but for some reason when like August hits, like this stretch of months, I'm like, why am I getting a bill every 2 weeks?
Yes. It's stressful for sure.
Yeah,
so hopefully this can alleviate some of that stress.
I'm like, oh, I have to pay for my car insurance again.
Yeah. I know.
How many times am I going to pay for this? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So I want to jump into all of the places that you can call to potentially lower your bill. Okay.
I love it.
And the first one I love because I I can attest to this one. I did this one. So the first bill that, and I think this is kind of a guaranteed one, not to give this away to these companies, but your internet and cable.
Oof.
Yeah. So companies like Comcast, Spectrum, AT&T, Verizon, Mediacom, you can get your bill lowered, Jill.
Just by calling.
Just by calling.
So tell me
It's
how
so
this
funny.
went for you, because this is the
Yeah,
one.
I'll tell you my story.
Okay, let's hear your story, Ashley.
So you know how I am, Jill. I'm on top of it with bills.
Yes.
And I was like, I got my house last year and they get you with the new customer
enrollment
fee. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm only paying $39.99 to have Wi-Fi. This is amazing. Well, then, you know, a year flies by and you're in auto billing and they bump your bill up.
Yes.
$40.
Yeah.
Excuse me, it was $30. So I got a $70 charge on my credit card and I'm like, $70? I'm going to have to pack my bags and move out of here if I have to keep paying $70 to watch TV. I cannot do this.
Right.
Not true, but that's how you feel in the moment. You're like,
Yeah.
$30 more dollars?
Well, something doubling is, it's like a shot to the gut, right?
It's
Like
super
that hurts.
frustrating. And then you're thinking, okay, great. I've signed up for other things. Are these things doubling as well? Like, I'm going to have to move back in with my mom and dad.
Yeah.
You know, I want to use their Wi-Fi.
Right.
So, yeah, I talked to some friends and everyone's like, Christine's a big one at the bank. She's
an advocate for this for sure.
She has skimmed off $500 annually from bills.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
Good for
That's true.
Christine. She's a go-getter.
So how this went is I called Mediacom, and I like you, Mediacom. But I called them, and you know, they're very nice. They have great customer service. And I was like, I'm just wondering why my bill went up. And they were like, well, it's been a year. And I said, well, because you got to use the scripts on them, Jill. And we'll get to this later in the episode. But I was like, you know what? I'm thinking about moving companies. I got a better deal with Comcast.
Or whatever it is, yeah.
And they go, we're going to send you to our retention department. They have a whole department for this, people.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's so funny. You're like so scared to call.
Mm-hmm.
But then they literally have a department where they pay people to get on the phone with you to make you happy.
Right.
So they sent me to the retention department. The girl was very nice. I said, what can you do? She's like, well, I can lower your bill to $50 a month. I said, I'll take it.
Yes. Anything.
So now I'm only paying $10 more a month than I did last year. And that's fine.
Right.
I get it that we do customer promos when we want to onboard people. Totally understand and totally understand that we do have to bump up our prices a little bit. Mm-hmm. But you didn't have to bump me up that much.
Yeah. But I think a lot of it goes undetected, you know, so somebody signs up on that bonus enrollment, whatever it looks like. And then it goes on. And if they're not as diligent as you are about looking at their spending, that might go unnoticed for months. Yeah. And then, you know, that's a lot of money that they've spent that they could have been paying a lot less. So.
Right. So the average amount that people can save on cable or internet bills is $20 to $50 a month. And that's true for me. I saved $20. So you can do it too.
Well, that's amazing. And I think another thing when we talk about internet is the speed that you have. And sometimes even if you give me a better quality for the same price, I'll be satisfied with that too. So like,
that's a great compromise.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes it's not just about the price, but it's about the quality.
Right. Exactly. So that's another thing you could negotiate if you hadn't thought of that too.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I think another really great place people can negotiate their prices through their cell phone service.
Yeah, and you don't think about that one either.
No, because, you know, it used to be when you would sign up for a cell phone, you would get a certain amount of minutes for the month, or you'd get a certain amount of text, or you get free data after 9 p.m. Do you remember those days? We were just talking about this to one of the teachers at the Hair and Reality Fair too. And she's like, yeah, I mean, the cell phone plans, you know, the students had to go make their choices between the 3 cell phone plans. And they're like, it's just not what it used to be anymore. But these services are so specialized nowadays. And so there are a lot of different areas you can negotiate in.
Yeah.
There's I love this fun fact, and this episode's full of it. So JD Power's 2023 survey says that 28% of wireless customers reduce their bill simply by switching to auto pay or calling for plan adjustments. So by making that phone call or switching how their bill is paid.
Auto pay, yeah.
Like that's such an easy thing to do.
It's such an easy thing, and I get maybe why people don't do auto pay. I would literally lose my house if I didn't have auto pay. So I don't get why people aren't. I get it because like for the example of my internet, you know, they had my credit card on file and were able just to swipe that $70.
Right.
But if it will save you money and you just stay on top of it.
Right. I think a lot of people don't like the hassle of one signing up for auto pay, or they, if anything changes with their credit card, or they want to have it come out of a different account one month, that's where the hesitation comes from. But I do think that auto pay is such a great service. And like you said, if it's cheaper to do things that way, just be mindful. You can always switch it out.
Right.
Like
because for the company, they know they're going to get paid if you're on auto pay.
Correct.
If they're waiting around for you to pay, they're waiting around for you to pay. So when you call the phone companies, you can ask about loyalty discounts, auto pay savings, student military discounts.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Or new customer promos applied to an existing account. And so it sounds like to me, just like the cable companies, they have a whole retention department.
Yeah.
You don't even have to, just call and say, what are my options?
Yeah.
They will tell you.
Right. And I think a lot of cell phone plans too, you pay money for owning a phone or saving for like free upgrades, which are not technically free. So you might be paying additional amounts for something that you don't necessarily use in the future. Right. So maybe even digging into that a little bit further.
Dig into your bills. That's it. Yeah, that's a big thing. Dig into your bills.
For sure. But this is another $10 to $30 savings a month you could have, but just by calling your cell phone provider and negotiating with them.
Absolutely. So the next one, this is a little different because I have a couple of different things to say about this, but your insurance. So home, auto, and renters. And I don't want to sit here and say, try to get your insurance lowered, because I think the insurance is really important. And I think let's care about coverage before we care about cost.
Right. Don't ever want to be caught underinsured when something bad happens.
Yes.
And you don't want to overinsure as well. So shopping around is not a bad thing.
But I want to talk about bundling, and I'm about to sound like an insurance commercial, but
yeah, you did already.
The Insurance Information Institute notes that bundling auto and home policies can save 5 to 25% annually. I would take 5% off of my insurance bill because insurance is expensive. We all know that. Right.
And what you're most often shopping for would probably be the annual car insurance or like something like that, your homeowner's insurance, things like that, where every year it comes due, right? And you either have an increase and you're like, oh, I don't want to pay that, but you don't think of saying, oh, this new insurance, here's all of my stuff all together. Give me a price for all of it.
Right.
So bundling is an option.
Absolutely. But I do just want to be clear. I think a lot of people end up in worse financial situations because they're like, I get it. I get frustrated with insurance too, but you don't want to be caught in a situation where you don't have the coverage you need. Right. And so sometimes you may be paying less for something and you need to revisit your documents.
Yeah, add some binders on, as we've learned.
Because your roof may not be covered if it flies off in a tornado in Southern Illinois.
Right.
Let's be real.
And things change so quickly with the insurance.
And just inflation, all of these things.
Yeah.
So I just think that's a very important policy, like not even about cost, just to go over. So that's another one.
I always hesitate, and I don't know why, to just call and talk to my insurance agent.
Why is it so scary?
It is, though. It's just like I
feel like I'm bothering everyone. I'm like, sorry to call you. I know you are a call center, but
right, exactly.
I know this
is here to help you.
I know this is your job, but yeah, trying to haggle you for some money.
But yeah, get in touch with your insurance agent and make sure you're covered fully. Maybe there aren't some other options better out there for you. Right. So yeah,
absolutely.
This next one is kind of my favorite one, and I've already mentioned it's my hot button. It's those streaming services and your subscription. So we're talking Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus. Like you mentioned, Spotify, my favorite subscription and my best $10 I spend a month, and I think it even went up since then.
Definitely has.
I don't know what it is anymore. Probably $12.99. I'll get an email about that shortly this year. Your subscription has gone up again.
And you're just like, okay, I just got to stick with it.
But I love this fun fact. In 2023, a Lending Tree survey found that 44% of people who threatened to cancel those streaming services were offered discounts or free months.
Threatened?
I would take a free month of all of those services.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Threatened to cancel is crazy, but it's true.
And it's funny with these streaming services too, so much is done online. Like I can go in and sign up for everything on the computer, but I never think to call up Netflix and say, hey,
This is such a good point.
Why is this going up? I got an email, but you never speak to a real person.
No, this is such a good point because I'm going to tell you a story.
What?
I signed up for HelloFresh. That's another one. So that's a food service that I signed up for. And I have a whole nother story about that.
Okay.
But you sign up online. You get the app. It's so easy.
Yes.
You're getting all these discounts and deals. They're like, you've got a free box. You've got steak for a year for free, all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Jill, do you know how you have to cancel?
How?
You have to call to cancel. There's no cancel button on that app. I mean, I ripped that thing apart because I was like, I know they're going to send me some more bags of food that I can't afford. I'm just not doing it. And it's probably cheaper than the grocery store, but you know, I'm stressed out about it.
Yeah.
You got to call to cancel because they know. These companies know that calling is stressful to people and they don't want to do it.
No.
I don't want to get on that phone and have to wait.
Yeah.
And hear that elevator music.
Mm-hmm.
And then
it can take
break
hours.
up with you. And break up with you over the phone.
I've been on the phone hours trying to cancel a subscription like this.
It's hard.
I was a member of Lifetime Fitness and they were all over in Minneapolis and I loved that gym. It was so nice. You had the card. You could go to any of the Lifetime Fitness. Loved it. Well, when I moved to St. Louis, there was no Lifetime Fitness in St. Louis at this point. So I'm trying to cancel. You have to mail this letter. You have to do this. It was the hardest thing to do to cancel my $60 a month membership to Lifetime Fitness, but they make it difficult because they want to.
Because it's easier to keep the customer
service. Yeah.
They want to just keep the customer.
Yeah. So
off our soapbox, back to the streaming and subscription services, you can save $5 to $15 a month.
By doing those.
By doing some canceling not canceling, some negotiating.
Yeah.
Just call.
Yeah. Call and speak to a real person rather than mess around online.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Threaten them. That's the word in this thing. Threaten.
Yeah. And if it's worth it might be worth that hour and a half phone call. I mean, really, at the end of the day, if you're getting charged $5 to $15 for 4+ services a month, that's a lot. That's almost $100 a month. So
yeah.
So
let's not forget that there's lots of them. It's not just one subscription service. So that's great.
Correct.
The next one, Jill, we love this, is credit card interest and fees.
Right.
So a report from the CFPB found that 20% of cardholders who requested fee waivers got them, and many secured a lower APR by just asking. And now what we know about credit card companies is these things will charge you 19 to 30% a month.
Yeah.
To borrow that line of credit.
Right. I think this one's very interesting because I've never, ever thought to call my credit card company because from what I've seen, it's the contract that you sign or whatever when you open up a credit card. It says it can change at any time. Yeah. Literally, your APR can change at any moment, and that's up to them to change just depending on what's happening in the market. So that's so interesting to think, hey, could you waive my credit card interest this month? Maybe you need it for 1 month or they could hold off for 2. Same with loans. People don't think that they can call their bank and say, I need a break. I need some help this month, you know? Yeah, I'll pay you, or maybe it looks different this month, but you can do that.
I feel like if you're someone that's good with your credit card and you pay your balance every month, and you're using a credit card that has a lot of really great rewards and you do an annual fee and you're using those rewards, I probably wouldn't mess with it. I probably wouldn't call because I don't have a problem with it. But if you are someone like you're saying, like you need a break or you're kind of in a little financial trouble, call the credit card company. They have great customer service too.
They really do.
All these companies have great customer service. So they're willing to help you.
I wanted to point this out about credit cards too. So you and I signed up for this credit card this year. It's like $300 and something annual fee.
That's the one you did.
Well, that's
the
one I did.
99.
Okay, so there's different levels of credit cards, and people don't realize that if you can't afford to be in that credit card, rather than closing the credit card out, you can ask the company to reduce the level of your card. So I could go from a Chase Platinum Reserve to that preferred that you're in.
Sapphire Reserve, yes. Down to my level.
Down to the different level. And so that becomes more affordable for me without getting the ding on my credit of closing an account.
Closing a line of credit, because keeping that open is very beneficial to your credit history.
Right. So you can go down in levels of credit card. So if you can no longer afford that big payment, or I think of the Amex one has a huge, I think the annual fee increased to almost $800 this year. So if you can no longer afford that, you don't have to close your card, change your credit card category.
Yeah. And let's not forget that there are many credit cards out there that are free.
Yes, exactly.
And when I say free, I mean they don't cost you an annual fee.
Correct.
You might have to pay interest if you're not paying it on full. So I'm just being clear about that. But
right.
Yes.
So this is another fun one. Utilities.
Whew. What do you think about this one? I don't know.
Heated discussion here in Southern Illinois about those utility bills.
Yeah.
So, this is another one where you can call and talk about getting put on auto pay or prepaying for a lot of your services, and they'll offer discounts for that. Or even this is something the bank does. You can get charged $2 a month for a paper statement where you can actually sign up for online statements, and that $2 fee, which adds up over time, goes away.
It's $24 a year.
Yeah.
I'm not giving $24 a year for some paper.
Yeah.
I don't look at them anyway.
Another thing with these utility companies too that people don't realize is you can sign up for rebates for smart thermostats. So if you follow their standards that you set or they set for you, like you have a smart thermostat, they will offer you some discounts or rebates to your bills, which is a lot of people don't think about doing that, but they do offer that.
Yeah, $50 to $150 in rebates for upgrading to a smart thermostat.
So good. I would take $150 off a middle of the summer bill anytime.
I would too. I actually just got my last bill for my Ameren, and it was under 3 digits still. I was like, I'm doing good.
Nice job, Ashley.
I'm doing good. That's what I get for keeping the heat on when it's hot out.
You also built such a great economical house. Like you did all the things. You got the right insulation. You got the
paying
right
off.
windows.
Remember, I was real worried about that.
Yes.
Sometimes you just pay up front and it'll pay you back over time.
That's right.
So I'm getting paid back. So we just went through a lot of those. And I would say those are the main, 5, 6. I'm not sure how many I did, but I want to talk about some scripts that work, and you don't have to be a professional at this because, like I said, I called.
You can fumble through some of these.
But the easiest one you can say is, I've been a loyal customer for years, and I would like to stay with you. What promotions or discounts can you apply to my account?
Love it.
So you can go the nice route. The second route you can go is the competitor route. I've been with you forever. So-and-so came to my door. They want to offer me this rate. Can you match it? That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one is, I need to cut expenses and may need to cancel. Are there any retention offers available to help me stay? So they're all kind of the same verbiage, but just say it in a way that makes you comfortable. And just remember that they do have retention departments, and it does cost them a lot of money to go out and get a new customer, and they want to keep you.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of money I think you could save with those places we talked about today.
Yes.
I know for sure the cable one you can get money off.
Yep. Ashley's done it and succeeded.
I have done it, and I'm considering calling these other places and doing the same. And I think it just gives you a better look at your financial health overall. You're going to be like, oh, I did not know I was spending this. And like you said, Jill, I didn't know I had that subscription.
Right.
Those will eat away at your savings account.
I think this is another good thing. So no two customer service reps are the same. So if you get a no from somebody, hang up and try again. You might get somebody who's higher up on the chain who has more flexibility to offer these discounts. So never take no as your final answer for the first time you call. Try again.
Yeah, they may be having a bad day.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know.
Customer service reps go through a lot.
Yeah.
And so being kind and patient with these people is also going to work to your benefit. So
yeah, I want to say this too about my not my credit card bill, my cable bill. And Jared actually is the one that told me to say this, and it worked.
Okay.
It was so salesy. So they switched my bill, to the $70 a month.
Yes.
And they were like, moving forward, it will be the $50 a month. And I had said, I go, do you see any reason? You have to say that. Do you see any reason why you can't change my $70 bill this month to that $50? And they go, yeah, we'll apply a discount. No problem, ma'am. Yeah, thank you so much. Because, there is no reason you can't give me $20. You're a multi-billion-dollar company. That's what I think about. So, get your $20 back.
Yeah.
You can do it.
I love it. Well, this has been fun. I think these are some really great tips for people who are wanting to save a few dollars here and there throughout the year. And those little tiny dollars add up to big payments. So,
and I would say just know that things are going to go up. That is the nature of
inflation.
Yeah. But, if you can get things down, there is no reason not to sit down a couple hours, make some phone calls. So this has been fun, Jill.
This has been fun.
I hope it inspired
Ashley.
someone. I think it's going to inspire old Piper over here because she's all on the money train. So it's been really good. So thank you all for listening, and we will see you next week. So Jill, where do we go from here?
Be sure to check out our show notes for this episode, and also be sure to follow us on social media and subscribe to our newsletter. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week.